The label don't want to count Feed the Streets 3 as an album because it's always been a mixtape series, but the fans need it, so let's drop it when I get off tour. Let me hop into GTA while I talk about this because I've seen other people. I'm a fan of a couple of other big streamers out there who've talked about things like this with labels and issues that they have with their labels and stuff like that. Now, me being the rookie and non-knowing person that I am about the music industry, I still find it crazy to me how the deals that a lot of people sign be wild. Also though, with the whole mixtape thing, that is annoying is if a label don't want to count my mixtape and they don't want to count your mixtape, but you want to put a mixtape out. I think I think the identity of mixtapes got lost when people started putting original music on mixtapes. Like it got cool when Drake did Take Care. No, Thank Me Later. What is it? What's Drake's first joint? Albums. Let's go to Drake's albums. So far, so far gone. I said take it. So far gone. When he did So Far Gone, technically it was a mixtape because it wasn't on. It just got on streaming. It just got on streaming services not too long ago. I remember there was a whole big deal that So Far Gone is now on streaming services and all that. But which is funny because it's all original music. But this is the time. This is around the time when, because mixtapes around this time still had you had Wayne still putting mixtapes out around this time. Wayne's mixtapes, you weren't getting any original beats. You were getting Wayne spitting over the top beats in the game. Like, what happened to that? These artists got bars and flows and rhymes and yes, I want to hear some old school mixtape style shit. Hop on someone else's beat. Why is that? Why did we lose that? Or why is that non-existent anymore? There's no one releasing mixtapes like that anymore. Because I'm going to use that to heat up. I'm sorry. I'm gonna do that to heat up. I'm going to hop on your beat. Especially if the beat's hard. Wayne was hopping on the hottest beats. That was the original mixtape. And we got away from that with things like So Far Gone. What's another one? I can't think of another one, but for some reason this is the one that's just sticking out in my head. But niggas just started releasing mixtapes with all original music. That was not the idea of a mixtape. Was to just have nothing but you might have a single that you're trying to push on there, or like a couple original songs on a mixtape, but a whole. I wonder how many songs Roddy Ricch has on Feed the Streets 3. Like how many songs it is. Because if my label's not counting that as an album, then why would I? I don't understand it. But I can understand. I can understand what a label would be trying to say to you. They're gonna tell you, "Oh, we can't. Everyone you've released is in a mixtape series, so branding wise, yeah, that's a mixtape." That's what they're gonna tell him. I know that's what they're probably telling him. It's like, "Yo, this is a mixtape. We can't just count this as an album just because you call it an album. This is the identity of these Feed the Street series has been mixtapes." So just because you call this one an album, they're gonna be worried, I'm sure, that an album called Feed the Streets 3, which is in the mixtape series, will underperform. Essentially, they don't want it to underperform. They want it to make money. And if it don't make money, it don't make sense to a label. Long term wise, and on top of that, a label is not trying to count Feed the Streets because that's an album off of you guys' deal, I'm sure. So they're not gonna use Feed the Streets is to be one of your Dale albums. Not an album that they know is already gonna underperform compared to your other albums because it's in a mixtape series. So people aren't gonna take it as seriously. That's what they're thinking, you know. Hopefully though, it's fire because I know Rowdy's been in like this weird slump, or at least that's the. It seems like that's the. Seems like that's the narrative that's been getting pushed with Rowdy is that he's been in this weird slump since his first album, that he hasn't been the same. I'm not the biggest fan, so I don't know. I don't listen to a ton of his new music. I'm not. I ran through the. He released a new album. Anti, right? He did. That's the issue, is I don't remember anything crazy off of it. Oh yeah, live life fast. Cause please excuse me for being antisocial was hard. I fucked with that. Live life fast. This had that. Late at night. Mm-mm-mm-mm. All right, I'm gonna run through this album again and let you know what I think.